It's like there's a pulsar stars, which essentially it's like a white dwarf star that rotates at such high speeds that if you were anywhere near it, it would vaporize every atom in your body.
Pulsars are scary.
They are scary. Again,
Scarier than black holes.
I said black holes, pulsars, quasars. Again, stars that go supernova. Essentially, 85% of the stars that are in our galaxy are red giants, which kind of gives an idea of just how old these stars are.
Mm-hmm. And I think the sun's estimated to expand in what, like 5.3 or 5.6 billion years.
Yeah, it's at one point in time, our star, the sun, will become a super massive red giant. Essentially,
there will be like a relative expanse, and I it's like 5.3 or 5.6 billion years, I think, is when they're estimating, and it'll extend past the solar system. Like, it'll be huge.
Yeah.
When it blows. And
then on top of that, our nearest galaxy, the Andromeda Galaxy, which that alone is like, I want to say like almost double the size of the Milky Way, has over 1 trillion stars in it. That one's set to collide with the Milky Way like 4.5 billion years from now.
Yeah, so let's get on this. Let's get moving.
Hop to it.
I want to be on a floating U-Haul in a couple hundred. Let's go.
You can't really exactly roll down your window and ask for directions in space, though.
Pardon me. Do you have any Grey Poupon? Sorry, being a space. Pardon me.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, now I have to ask the question because of the last episode. What are the Amish going to do?
That's a good question. I don't know, like...
You imagine Amish astronauts?
With a spaceship like a horse and buggy?
It's just a horse and buggy. It's just totally sealed, and the horses have, like, fish bowls on their heads.
It's candlelit.
Oh my god. The funny thing is about like the theorization behind like space travel is the fact that like, again, I brought up earlier that like once you leave the atmosphere,
yeah,
our current like set speed is like 1% light speed.
Yeah.
That like the fastest that we can possibly travel. And that's with probes, not like with anything with people in it. And once you enter interstellar space, which Voyager 1 is currently doing, which one of the major reasons why I love talking about space, it was purely incidental because I had accidentally stumbled upon an article about Voyager 1 and all the stuff that it saw.
Yeah.
Which was crazy to me because I wasn't really interested in space until I saw that article. But with entering interstellar space, and even inside the solar system, moving at 1% light speed is insanely slow. Like, we're talking the turtle setting on your lawnmower slow.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, if we were to send a vessel right now with colonists to a potentially habitable planet that would be worth going to, there would be hundreds of generations before we reach the next planet to colonize it.
Exactly.
Let alone, hopefully, end up having people who are knowledgeable enough to create another vessel to move on to the next planet.
But interestingly enough, so the planet, not the planet, but the moon Pandora in the Avatar franchise is located within the Centauri star system. So essentially there's the Centauri system is a tri-star, system. Proxima Centauri is the smallest. Then there's Centauri Alpha and Centauri Beta, I believe. Let me double check. But it's pretty much implied that the Pandora takes place within, and the way they get there is a ship that uses not solar panels but like solar sails.
Mm.
And what's weird is that we are on track of creating that technology.
Yeah.
And pretty much the way these these sails work is that essentially you open them up like a sail on a ship, but when you blast it with light, it'll then travel in the direction of that, if not close to that speed. So pretty much we can get something to travel at like 60% light speed.
Yeah.
So that's why in the movie it takes them 6 years to get to that planet, because that's how they travel. Yeah, we have it says right here we have
And obviously using like gravitational slingshot effect, or using the gravitational slingshot effect.
yeah. Let's see. Hold on one second. Again, I apologize. My computer's a little slow. I definitely want to keep my computer handy just because I don't want to spout bullshit to you guys. I try to stay as truthful as I can. Case in point, earlier about the whole two cars crashing into each other, I made an effort to say that I was in the wrong for that one.
I just love that line. Jesus, man, you had the whole desert.
But yeah, so we have Alpha Centauri A, Alpha Centauri B, and then Proxima Centauri. Mm. But essentially, the Avatar universe takes place in these stars. Like I said, with the use of their spaceships, like I said, I'm not saying we have the technology, but we are en route to developing that technology of solar sails where you can just blast light to them and it'll travel at like 60% of the speed of light. So what would take 4 years to travel at light speed might take only 6 years at just going maybe 70% of light speed.
Yeah. Which I can't remember what that effect is called, but that is, I think it's they use gold.
I know the James Webb Telescope. I don't know if it's
or
gold.
copper.
That's a good question. I don't know.
It's a metallic sheet of
Yes.
some description, and it's like gold colored, but I can't remember if it's gold or copper. But yeah, we have used things like it on a smaller scale.
Yeah. Well, the James Webb Telescope uses gold plates.
Yes.
So that's why the images are so much more clear than we would get from the Hubble telescope. Hubble telescope. Excuse me.
You just went full Californian for a second.
Who are you doing? I love the SNL skit.
Fucking Californians.
But yeah, like I said, it's crazy to think about because they said so like one of my all-time favorite images from the Hubble and from the James Webb Telescope are the pillars of creation.
Yes, those are a trip
Those are beautiful.
and a half just to look at in under any circumstance, because it's, I don't remember the area is called that they are in.
Well, with the power of the internet.
That's true. But they're effectively, it's like a concentration of gases.
Reason being why they call them the pillars of creation is that these pillars, if you will, create stars.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is that like the more you look at them, like again, if you want something kind of like, to either reinforce your faith or even challenge your faith, if you really look at it, it looks like a hand.
Yes.
So it like really makes you like wonder, like, oh my God, the presence of God, or even if just something, or if it's just coincidental, whatever. But just the image in itself is beautiful.
I feel that.
Because for as scary as space is, it is amazingly beautiful.
It's kind of a good description for it would be like, it's kind of like the human collective unconscious in a way, but on a universal scale.
Well, what's crazy thing about if you look at like a lot of like galaxies and stars, and like you also look at, so